Hi everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm popping on here quick to share what I have been warming recently. So I was actually sick, honestly, for about like 2-ish weeks, and I'm just on the tail end of recovering. So apologies in the delay in getting this up, but I want to talk about everything I have been warming. Honestly, a lot of this was from before I was sick, so memory may be a bit vague, but let's just get into it anyway. So first up, I'm going to start with my wax, and honestly, all these are empty. I'm so excited. I was really focusing on just like emptying out a bunch of clams, and successful, as you can see. So first one I finished up is Watermelon Patch, and honestly, this only had 2 cubes in it, so easy win. Finished this up in the downstairs bathroom and in the garage. It's where I have my 2 mini warmers, where I'm kind of putting my reject scents right now. Sorry, this is on the reject scent list. This is kind of like scents I don't love, but maybe like Corey likes, and so those are kind of his spaces. I'm using the scents up in those areas, and he can enjoy them, and they don't go to like waste. So Watermelon Patch is just a super watermelon, like almost candy-like watermelon scent. Very, very strong. Not necessarily super seasonally appropriate, but once again, need to use it up. It only had 2 cubes left. He had used the rest of the bar, and so used it up for him in his spaces. He's welcome. In the kitchen, I finished up the last little bit of this Friends bar. This is like a coffee and coconut milk kind of scent. Very polarizing, not super popular, I guess I would say. Like either you really love it or you really hate it. It definitely is very unique because it has that coconut like milk aspect to it. I feel like it's kind of like a summery fun take on coffee. So I had this bar open, so I was like, I want to kind of work through it, but I've been enjoying it in the mornings, going kind of along with my coffee candles, and it just kind of makes like a nice ambiance. So I have a couple bars of this. I will continue to enjoy them, but I do know this scent kind of didn't quite get the love that it probably would it have been a more authentic coffee scent. So anyway, finished up a strawberries and cream, and I actually did this to test it out. This was a scent of the month, I believe, in March. So this is a very, to me, authentic strawberry with that cream note. So I feel like the strawberry in here is very similar to the strawberry that was in Strawberry Swirl, if you remember that scent. Honestly, kind of a similar scent because that was like a strawberry and a lactonic note, but this is more like vanilla cream, not any of that like lactonic, if you don't like any of those milky notes at all. This is more like cream, vanilla. It's really good. I have another bar coming with my next Scentsy Club. Don't know if it'll stay in there forever, but I really enjoyed this bar, so I wanted to try it again, or at least get another bar of it. I feel like this is the perfect scent for this time of year. Like strawberry goodness, Easter, kind of in like that intro to spring. I felt like it was pretty strong, not maybe the most long lasting, like multiple days, but at least 3 days, I would say. I liked this one. I had just a few cubes of Bundle Up. This was from the holiday collection, I do believe, and this was just kind of like a cozy blanket, like a little bit girly type of scent. I really, really like this bar actually. But I mean, I just had the one bar, used it up. I did very much enjoy the scent. I think I used it up here in the office because I had maybe like 2 or 3 cubes. And it just smelled so beautiful for so many days. But you can only use your wax for so long, right? So I just enjoyed it, let it go. And I'm trying to live with like, it's okay to just use things and move on. Like, I really enjoyed this. Would I happily melt it again? Yes. But am I so sad that I don't have another bar that I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? No, I have other scents to go on and enjoy, but this was a really good one. If you have it in your stash and it's kind of like a cold, chilly evening where you want to be maybe cozy, great one for the bedroom, great for maybe like just the living room being cozy, that type of thing. Bundle Up was a good name for this. I feel like I didn't appreciate it in the holiday collection but I'm appreciating it now. So, and then I only think I have, this is maybe my last bar of this as well. This is Berry Bubble Blue. This was from the Bring Back My Bar in the summertime. Yummy, 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 yummy. This was so good. This was in my club briefly, and then I did my giant club chop, and this got the axe, but this is just like a blue raspberry cotton candy type of scent. Done so well. Like, if I feel like this could be geared towards kids, maybe. Like, it's very juvenile, fruity, cotton candy, blue raspberry. Like, that's definitely how it feels, but it was so, so yummy. And also, I put this in right before I got sick, and so this sat in the warmers for like almost 2 weeks. It was a long time. Oopsie. But it hung out in there. It definitely died off, but it was still chilling in there. So what do you do? And then I also have candles to talk about to go along with these. So I'm trying to make this semi-quick. I feel like I'm talking a million miles an hour, but I'm trying to make this semi-quick because I really want to get this out, and I already have things to throw in my new what I've been warming basket. So to go along with this Berry Bubble Blue, I felt like it would be appropriate to do sort of a blue raspberry scent. So I've been trying to get better about pairing my candles with my wax melts and kind of just like picking a little bit better matches so I can enjoy them together. So I felt like it would be appropriate to do blue raspberry. This is Country Candle Blue Raspberry. This was the first collection they did in this like soy formula. So I'm not necessarily too far through this candle. I've burned it a couple times, but this compared to that wax melt, which is like so cotton candy and sweet and fluffy, this is definitely more of like this picture you see on here, like a blue raspberry, like maybe, you know, Sour Patch Kid, Jolly Rancher, maybe more so like Sour Patch Kid, like something you would have a little bit of that sour, like it's definitely more potent and not quite as sweet as like that blue raspberry cotton candy I was getting from the wax melt. But nonetheless, I feel like they still paired well together. And it was just fun, you know, both blue, whatever. No complaints around the household. So it was nice to kind of get some use on this. But I feel like this is such a specific scent. It really smells kind of like blue raspberry, Sour Patch Kids would taste and things like that. So it's kind of very specific, not necessarily a candle I'm just like dying to reach for. So we'll see how I work through that one. Also have been working on some bergamot waters. I feel like you guys have seen this before. It's, I don't know if you can tell, it's maybe like right here. So maybe not quite halfway yet. This burns so hot. So I only like to leave it lit for like a couple hours and then I have to put it out because it just burns so, so hot. But it is a powerhouse thrower. It is so strong. While I was sick, I briefly for like 4 or 5 days lost my sense of smell. I lit this because Corey said our house kind of smelled a little bit funny. We had cooked chicken and like we felt like our dishwasher or something, like something was just being funky. And so I felt like I could smell that smell. And so it was just like in my nose. Like I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, our whole house smells like this. Like it was just in my nose. So I'm like, I'm going to light up the bergamot waters. I feel like that's a powerhouse scent. It'll like really get that going everywhere. We had our windows open, etc. All night long, I was like, I can still just smell this chicken smell. It's like in my nose. And this candle was totally going. I could not smell this candle at all. I don't know if it was just like, I could smell the chicken scent and I don't think the whole house smelled like that. I think it was just so much in my nose. Like it's all I had on my mind. It's all I could pick out. Couldn't smell this candle. Could not have told you it was going if I didn't physically see it. Like I had not a single clue. I felt like when I stuck my nose in it on like cold like this, I could get a slight whiff of it. So I was like, oh, I'll be able to smell it when it's going in the house. Not at all. Not a drop. So I'm assuming it made the house smell better. I have literally no idea. Those days I didn't have any sense of smell, I was going crazy. I was just like, smell brings me so much joy and like smelling good things, like what we're talking about here. And I was just like devastated. I was like, this feels like COVID all over again with just like not being able to smell anything. And when we had COVID, I only lost my smell for like 2 days. This one went on for quite a while, and it was very select. Like I said, like I could smell certain things, but not other things. I have since lit this candle and I can smell it. In fact, now it is still a powerhouse. It's still very strong. So we'll keep working through this one. This one, I didn't necessarily like have to pair with any of my wax melts. I just really like this scent, so I've been using it up. And then probably my most successful candle throughout the weeks, I would say, is this Homeworks Coffee Shop candle. I feel like this is getting really far down here. I feel like this one is like right here, so she's getting really close to the end. Didn't burn her too much while I was sick, just because I was sleeping in the mornings. And then, like I said, I couldn't smell. I was working from home, so I had the opportunity to, but I just couldn't smell for quite a bit. So wasn't really working on it, but started before I was sick. I was working on it after. Now that I've kind of been getting better, I've been working on it a little bit more. So I'm definitely working through this one. I do still feel like I kind of get that Tootsie Roll chocolate note from this. I never asked Corey. I meant to the other morning when I was going, just be like, what do you think of this? Do you get this note? But I'm really close to finishing it up. So I'm hopeful that maybe even throughout this next week, if I keep working on it in the mornings, I can finish it up potentially. I would love to get a candle empty going, just like a full-on burned candle empty. That would make me so happy. One last candle to talk about. When I was starting to get sick, I was like kind of sad, like just like, okay, I'm sick, I feel bad about myself, you know, whatever. So I was like, I want to pull out something I'm really excited about. So I pulled out this Country Candle cake pops that I have because it was completely unburned. I was like, I'm in the mood. I want something that like I want to melt, right? So I pulled this out to burn. This is a very much just like those photos. Like it's a very vanilla heavy gourmand bakery type of scent. And I feel like it doesn't have like super strong scent on cold, like when you sniff it. So I was like, I don't know how it's gonna go. I feel like it won't be too overpowering, you know, I don't really feel well, whatever. So I lit this up a couple of times while I was sick when I could still smell. I feel like it definitely is on the lighter side. I feel like people kind of said as they worked through this, it kind of had some scent pockets. So I'm curious to keep going through it, but I love this type of scent. So even though it's on the lighter side, I'm just like obsessed with this scent category and obsessed with the fact that it's cake pops. Like it's just a thing. I feel like it's a thing where you're like, I have my favorite pen, but it doesn't work in any of my planners, but it's still my favorite pen. Like I can't use it how I want to, but I still love it so much. Like it's one of those types of things for me. Like wasn't the best performance by any means, but also like it's a vanilla scent. Like what do I really expect? So I could see this one being used more so in like the smaller rooms, like the office, the bedroom, the bathroom, things like that, to see if it'll pick up the scent a little bit in there. I'm definitely not to the point where I want to like crock this or anything by any means. Like I'm not ready to sacrifice this one. I really want to burn through this some more. So it was nice while I was sick because it wasn't too strong. But now that I'm not sick, obviously I would love for this to be like a powerhouse, but I just don't think with this scent category I'm gonna get there. But I just wanted to pull this out, just like a good reason to, you know, be like, it's a special occasion. I'm at home, sick on the couch, not going anywhere. Let's pull out something I'm really looking forward to. So I used that as a special occasion to pull that up. So that's everything that I worked on kind of pre being sick / a little bit in the middle of being sick. Like I said, I have more things kind of collected to talk about in my next what I've been warming. So I'm already pulling those together. Let me know what you guys have been burning and melting. I feel like we're kind of in this weird in-between season where it's really trying to be spring, but it's like kind of, we're in like second winter right now here in South Dakota. So I'm trying to kind of like be delicate in the middle of like not go overboard. I still want to be cozy because it's cold outside, but like I'm really itching towards spring. So let me know if you guys are melting. Give me some ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.